Goes to family. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hope you guys are having a great and exceptional day. I'm live on Facebook right now. But this video will be on YouTube, so give it a chance. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And happy Father's Day to some of the mothers who assume the father role a lot of times. Happy Father's Day to the other men who assume the role of fatherhood for other children, because the fathers are not there because of them being deceased, or they're not there because they just are deadbeat fathers. So, always what's up, and shout out and love to the stepfathers that are out there. Show love to everybody that steps in and shows the male masculine role, the real male masculine role that needs to be displayed in a household. So, definitely want to say what's up to you all. But anyways, hopefully everybody's having a good Sunday. Weather's been good. It's been quiet. So it's good. Things are done. About to get ready for this new week. Can't believe how fast June is going by. We'll be heading down to Mississippi next month, Lord willing. We're going to spend some time looking at real estate. Going to spend some time connecting with the right people, and hopefully get last time I went to Mississippi, I went to Biloxi. And I liked it, but that was in January. So I want to go, it seems like that'd be a nice beach to go to and chill, hang out at. And, it's like, it has like a Vegas vibe to it because of the casinos, but then you have the ocean right there. And it's the South, so it's cheaper. So, as far as to do things compared to going to Las Vegas or LA. So, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to make it do what it do. But anyways, so the main reason why I chose to, go live today is I want to speak about basic mindsets in manhood. Now, I'm not a father, so I'm not going to get into fathers, what being a father is about. I don't have that experience. I'm not going to speak from experience. I always, from that experience, because I can't. But I always give respect and credit, because my father passed away when I was 3 years old. Larry Patterson Sr., rest his soul. But I always give love and respect to the men who step in and assume the fatherly roles, because one thing I always give my mother credit is she ensured that I had a male, there was a male presence around, and she ensured that I had got different perspectives from males from multiple different backgrounds, ethnicities, etc. and so forth. I was connected to men who had their own businesses, or they was blue collar brothers, people who were highly educated from an academic perspective, people working in academia, universities, men that were preachers, because my mother was, deeply involved in the church. My mother, men who were in the military, law enforcement. So I was fortunate enough to be connected around men like that, and because that ensured in me that hey, there's a time for it to be around your mother, and there's a time not to be around your mother. There's a time to be around the females, there's a time not to be around the females. And there's nothing wrong with that. So because of that, I was able to get a lot of different perspectives, and I'm thankful for that. But I will say with all sincerity, so basic mindsets, manhood. And I said this on Friday, that was the last time I went live, and I was on Instagram. A man said that the romance aspects of people getting married, this is a married man speaking, so that's why I'm going to regurgitate what he said, because I'm not married. He said, and I quote, that the whole concept of romance being involved in marriage is still fairly new in this world. Heck, even the concept of people being monogamous is still fairly new in this world. People act like that it's not, but it really is. And he said, and I quote, remember that most marriages, if you go back, hundreds of years ago, most marriages were arranged, number one. Two, most marriages, people didn't even meet each other until the wedding day. A lot of times the parents of the people getting married met each other, but they did not, the actual people to get married, the man and woman, they did not meet each other until the wedding day. And that brought tribes together, clans together, kingdoms together, etc. and so forth, governments together, corporations together, because the sanctity of marriage was that deep, and to have that kind of bond was a real big thing. And bear in mind what I'm talking about. I'm not mad if you if you want to get married. I'm not mad at you if you are married. I'm not mad if you are in a monogamous relationship. I'm not knocking that. But don't I always say I don't knock what people do. As long as you're not molesting people, raping people, and killing people and robbing people, then do what you do in this life. You know, you're not screwing people over. Do what you do in this life. Some people are happy not being in a relationship, not being married. Some people are happier with having a multitude of people that they, what you want to call it, partners, sexual partners, etc., and so forth. And a lot of times they're just blatant, open and honest about it. I was listening to a brother today. He's like, hey, the brother's like, look, I work too hard. I work 10 to 12 hour days, and I let women know, hey, if you're at that level to be my wife, I'll let you know. But he's like, at this point in my life, I don't mind having a bunch of females, and I'm cool with it. Okay. And I'm just like, you know what? I respect that, because see, once again, you might not like a person's honesty, but just appreciate the fact that a person is being honest with you. That's what I always say. You might not like their honesty, but just appreciate the fact that they're being honest with you. Because in this world, like I said, a lot of people don't like the fact that they don't like honesty. A lot of times people just don't like people being honest with you. They want you to lie. They want to live in this, they want you to be a part of the world that they want. And a lot of times people are, not everybody, and remember that goes into another thing. Not everybody's meant to be a part of your world. Matter of fact, the older you get, if you're a decent person, if you're about your business and you're about even being a decent person for other people, then a person should be lucky to be a part of your world. Because the older you get, that means the less time you have. So that you should cut the amount of time that you allow people to come into your circle. Okay? Because it should be looked at as a blessing to be around a good person, because there's very few decent people left in this world. So that's what I got to say about that, you know? So it's you got to look at it like that. It's a blessing, and you got to be able to cut the umbilical cord off of people that no longer have a purpose in your life. And sometimes they got to cut the umbilical cord off with you. You no longer serve a purpose in their life. I mean, a lot of people have stopped vibing with me because I no longer need to be in their orbit, and that's cool. And I've cut a lot of people off as well because they don't need to no longer be in my orbit in regards to me seeing them face to face, me engaging with them on some business stuff, me having a good time with them, because I think we just served the purpose in this life, and that's cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, the beautiful thing about getting older is I don't harbor any hard feelings. I have no hard feelings towards anybody, you know. In this life, you got to smile. In this life, you got to be happy. In this life, you got to make moves. You got to be around that's why I say I like to be around there's a reason why I got that sticker up there saying motivated. I like to be around the motivated and the money makers and the groovers and the people that are thinking outside of the basic box. Most people do live a basic lifestyle, but do you have a basic mindset? Okay? Do you have goals and aspirations outside of the norm? Do you want to conquer the world? Do you want to see the world? Do you want to do things differently? Do you want to learn about as much things as you can possibly learn? Do you want to engage in intellectual discussion? Do you want to leave your backyard? So people, that's what I said. Look, I'm from the DMV area, okay? And a lot of people get stuck in a rut in their comfort zone. You know, most people know, hey, I don't vibe with folks where I'm from like that. You know, we never really going to hang out like that, and that's cool. We might laugh and joke on social media, but when I want to be in the presence of you, that says a lot. Not because I think I'm the supreme being, and I think that I'm all that, but if I want to grab a drink with you, go to a show with you, hang out with you, it's bigger than, especially if it's like a female, it's bigger than sex. It's always bigger than that, okay? Because that. You can go to a nightclub. I mean, we live in the age of social media. Let's be real. If you just want to get some, you can just go and let it be known. And it's always man, woman, or child, ugly, nasty, disgusting, rich, broke, poor, whatever. You're going to be able to do what you want to do. So I always say, if somebody's trying to genuinely spend time with you, at least give them a shot, because that says a lot. Especially in today's world. And if somebody can engage in an intellectual discussion with you without even mentioning sex, give that person at least 2 seconds of your time and whatnot, because, you know, see if they're full of it, you know, because a lot of people are great actors and actresses out here, but just trust and believe that there's some people being genuine when it boils down to it. But I will say with all sincerity is that, you know, the basic mindset, I always say it, look, I just want to go to work, I just want to come home, and that's it. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't vibe with that energy. I get bored with that energy real quick. Okay? And that energy, for some odd reason, especially when it comes to men, it always seems to be attracted to trying to be in my orbit. I don't understand it. Maybe it's a thing I give off. I don't know. I don't get it. But it stops now. It definitely stops now. Okay? And I can say that with all sincerity. But at the end of the day, you know, that's just what it is. I'm like basic energy. You're like a vampire. And I'm like, I'm putting up the cross to say, hey, back up. Back up now. Stay the heck out of my way. You're wasting my time, etc., etc. I'm letting it be known. Okay? I'm letting it be known. So that's what it is. So manhood. My definition of manhood is this: handling your business, not whining like a baby, and, you know, standing on business and taking responsibility. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take some sort of responsibility and have some sort of accountability and say, hey, I screwed up. Hey, this is what happened. Hey, I made this noise and I need to be able to just cut it down. That's what it is. But I got to be the one to say, hey, I as a man did it. And because I as a man that did it, I'm the one that needs to be like, oh my God. I need to be the one to be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay? I can't, you know, hey, I messed up. I take full responsibility, and that's gonna be that. You know? Manhood, stand on it. Stand on your business. Okay? So at the end of the day, you know, and not only that, it's like, stop trying to latch on to other people that has great vibes and great energy. Stop trying to suck them dry. Stop trying to bring them down. If you're a basic male, stop trying to bring a guy that's trying to be on the come up down to your level. Maybe you'll want to get up to his level or surpass him, but be around him because of that energy. You know, that's why I'm going to EYL Invest Fest in August, because I want to be around men like that. I met a lot of great men like that last summer. We talking about making money moves. We're exchanging information. We're doing some business. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, it's like, since that's what it's all about, you know, networking, because it's not always about what you know, it's about who you know at the end of the day. That's why your circle matters. If your circle breeds basicness and basic energy and you're trying to get things done, run, and I say run. Okay? I cannot put it any other way. You gotta run. Run like you're Hussein freaking Bolt. Because if you don't, they're gonna be like a tick and they're gonna suck you dry. Straight up and down. They're gonna be like a tick and they're gonna suck you dry. So at the end of the day, stand on your business as a man. At the end of the day, even stand on your business as a female. You know, because if you don't, you know, it just puts you in a precarious position of staying stagnated. That's why I always say, whenever I see a person who owns a business, I like and share. Very simple and free things to do. Whenever I see a person doing great things with their career and trying to make moves, I say congratulations. Even if I never met this person, I'm never going to meet this person. I let it be known that, hey, that's what's up. Because that's good energy that you're trying to make moves and go up. You know, hey, I'm from Woodbridge, Virginia. And I always stand on it. And let me show, like I said, I'm selling these t-shirts. Okay, and it's considered the DMV area because it's 30 minutes south of DC without traffic. DMV area equals uptight people. All right? Get out while you can. Now, there's money in the DMV area. I'm not going to dispute that. But a lot of people, unfortunately, display too much uptight and basic behavior. I don't vibe with uptight and basic behavior, so therefore I stay the heck away from uptight and basic behavior. When I'm in the DMV, I'm not trying to hang out. I work, I handle my business, I go home, take care of home business. That's what I do in the DMV. Now, if you're around me when I'm not in the DMV, you know I'm going to be a social butterfly. You know, you wouldn't even recognize that I'm an introverted Capricorn. I'm the same guy that you see that's online right now, because I'm the guy that's like, hey, this is the kind of energy I want to be around. This is what I vibe with. But that's just me, you know. There's a reason why I don't talk to anybody in the DMV anymore, because I don't vibe with the DMV anymore. We might talk a little bit on social media, but hanging out at a bar and we're wasting each other's time at this point in my life. And yet and still, I'm open and honest about it. Ladies, do not get mad at a man if he says he wants to have multiple women that does not want to get married. It's not the end of the world. At least he's being honest with you, because there's a lot of guys out here that's going to do their best to get into your pants and not be honest with you. So if that's what he wants, and that's not what you don't want that, to say, hey, I respect that, I'm gonna move on with it. That's not what I want. And move on with your life. It's not that serious. Okay? It's not that serious. And hey, the one thing that we're returning back into the United States of America, give me 1 second. Because it's so expensive to live. The one thing that we're returning back to, and I'm actually happy about it, is that people, men and women, are being very forthcoming and very honest about what they want. There used to be a time of the mind games. The mind games aren't, no, it's especially beautiful. Thank you, social media. Making it easier for open and honest communication. Very beautiful thing. I love it. So the men are letting the women know what it is. The women are letting the men know what it is. And you have to make the conscientious adult decision to say, hey, this is what, either we're going to ride with it or we're not going to ride with it, and that's what we're going to do. That's how it's going to be. And at the end of the day, guess what? It's all good. I don't see it as an issue. You know, I love it. Because it's too expensive out here to be around folks that have nothing to do with your future like that. Think on that. I don't care if you live in Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, New York, California, Michigan, Kansas, Texas, Arizona, Washington State, Montana. If you're not standing on your economic business, and if you're not with your folks, keep trying to keep it real with it and growing. And that's the beautiful thing about going to networking events. You know, I love being around people that I can learn from. I like meeting new people. I actually do like meeting new people that I can learn from, because that's like the best thing. And then to me, it's nothing like going to a place you've never been to before. That's just one of the best things ever. But I'll leave it at that. The moral of the story is, the basic mindsets are the ones that are going to be the losers of today and tomorrow's economy. So why would you want to be surrounded by people like that, unless that's the energy that you want? But I always say, if that's the basic energy that you want, then you have to say to yourself, you know, this is just simple math. You know, they say sometimes the math ain't math, and when a lot of folks trust to believe, if you start doing the numbers, the math is not math, and whether it's friends, family, relationships, the math is not math. Okay, trust and believe that. But if you see your life going on a specific trajectory, and it's like you're taking off and you're going to a specific destination, but a person who's scared to get on the airplane and fly, and I'm not trying to talk bad about, because I know a lot of people are scared to get on airplanes, but if that person's scared to get on the airplane and fly, and you say, well, I'm just going to stay back with them because they're scared to fly, then you may never, ever reach a new destination in this life, because that person's scared. What's that old saying? Scared money don't make no money? Okay? What is that old saying? Scared money don't make no money. Well, trust and believe. Certain instances, you know, that is the God's honest truth. And if you're around people that are always scared to do new things, but there's this whole big world out here that you want to discover and take a bite out of, you need to leave those people behind. You can be cool with them. It doesn't mean that you need to be like me and just cut people off 100%, but that just means you don't need to be around them as much. That's what that means. Okay? That's what that means, because you won't grow. You won't grow. The best ways in my life that I've ever grown is by doing things that made me uncomfortable. The best ways that I've ever, the old saying, you evolve, you disappear, is I've taken the risk. I've taken a life risk, I've taken financial risk, taken calculated risk. The risk is involved with your growth, regardless of the situation. And for my folks that was in the military, or that's in the military, thank you for your service. My people that are in law enforcement, people that work in the fire departments, people that work, emergency services, paramedics, you know that you're in a high risk job, high stress level job. And usually in order for you to get promoted within the ranks of those specific jobs and whatnot, you have to take even bigger risks, calculated or catastrophic risks. But in order for you to grow, those are the kind of risks and then you have to constantly be outside of your comfort zone. And you have to engage in situations and with people that are outside of your comfort zone. Certain times you got, heck, if you're in the military, you know, you got to go to a certain another city and state or country to get the right training in order for you to take it to the next level. You got to get put in positions where you have to make on-the-spot command decisions that involves your life and other lives all at the same time. So that's why I like being around folks like that, because I like being around the money makers, the groovers and the shakers, and the people that are taking risks, and the people that are always learning as the world keeps on turning. That's the kind of folks I want to be around, straight up and down, straight up and down. And that's because that's motivation right there. That's what I said. For me, being around the basic-minded people, I have no motivation. You know, because a lot of times people are like, well, you gotta be able to have fun. I say, heck, I know how to have fun by myself. So it's nice to have you as a person to be around me that's fun or whatnot, because I'd be considered an asset. But where are we gonna go from there? That's the thing that you have to put into perspective. Okay, that is the thing everybody has to put into perspective, and I'll leave it at that. You know, but this is, you know, the basic mindsets, manhood, rant, because that's what I'm going to name this. It says a lot, and I always say, look, not only do I not want to be around that it just doesn't. There's no evolution in that, and I notice the older I get, a lot of people that I grew up with are stagnated mentally, spiritually, financially, and I don't do stagnation. You know, one shirt I sell, I don't do drama, I do business, and I'm real with that. You know, and you know, certain people you can try to take with you, but they will go back, man. Will they go back to their comfort zone? Will they stay stagnated? You show them something different. And my gosh, whenever somebody that was at a level higher than me showed me something different, I was always amazed. Like, man, how did I get some of that? It's like a dork at a strip club giving all his money away. He's like, man, I need more of that. I'm gonna drain my bank accounts just so I can have more of her time. That's how I am when it comes to a new experience in life, being around new people, learning different things. That's how I am. That's the best example I can use. I'm literally like the cornball at the strip club, flooding my bank account, or the cornball at the casino, flooding my bank account, because because it's an addiction to them. For a lot of people going to a strip club, it's an addiction. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. Do what you do. A lot of people going to a casino, it's an addiction. Do what you do. You know, I'm addicted to growth. I'm addicted to intelligence. I'm addicted to adventure. I'm very allergic to the basic mindsets and lifestyles of that a lot of people, a majority of society wants to live. You know, very much so. Very much so. So if that makes me snooty, they call me snooty. That makes me bougie, they call me bougie. But I don't want to be around the basic mindset, especially of the freaking DMV area. No more. It's okay? Let's just trust and believe that. I don't want to be around the basic mindsets of the DMV no more, because for some odd reason, that energy always seems to be around me. I don't know why, but it just always seems to be around me, and I'm good. So, on that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great evening. Happy Father's Day. Make money moves, or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. And we're going to check out Larry's Anything Goes on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Once again, Larry's Anything Goes, Larry's Anything Goes, LLC. Larry's Anything Goes, LLC on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. All right. And hey, it's a beautiful conversation that I'm having with myself and the internet. And that's just what it's going to be. All right. So take care, and I'll see y'all later.